Hi, this is Guy Grunberg, your business coach, and the purpose of this video is preparation for strategic planning meetings and strategic planning retreats. This is just kind of a reminder and a revelation about what's going to happen at that meeting, that planning meeting. So I just want to walk through this. Again, open for questions in any of our pre-planning meetings, and in between, feel free to contact me if you have any questions or concerns. So one of the things I can tell you is that every strategy workshop is unique to your company because every company is a little different. There are some things that are common in construction, and that will make it a little bit easier because it's not like a production line where we have a product coming off every minute or every 10 minutes. It's not like making a car or a piece of furniture or a refrigerator. But expect the unexpected. That means that we're going to make a lot of judgments and anticipation so that you can move forward with certainty. So one of the things that really we benefit from is that you're going to set goals that you need to reach, and then we're going to create and execute how you reach the goals that you set. That's a big part of what the strategic planning is about, and it just doesn't happen at that meeting. It happens before the meeting, at the meeting, and then the critical thinking continues on through your building of your business and the growth of your business. Remember that a goal without a plan is just a wish, and you don't want to be wishing. Right now, when the economy seems to be good and rearing along very well, it isn't as hard to get business and generate profits. However, if the market tightens, you'll need to be thinking about how you will anticipate your success during those types of times. So one of the things we're going to talk about is your roles as of leadership, and I basically have them narrowed down to 3. Of course, there are more than this, but in my mind, the CEO, president, managers of companies have the obligation of steering the company in the right direction, ensuring the financial stability of the organization, so how you generate your income and what you do with that money, and then how do you hire, train, and motivate the right people. We can go out and buy the best equipment, we can buy certain things in the marketplace, the same as the competition, but the real differentiating factor tends to be the people. So we're going to spend quite a bit of time about the people, the ones you have now and the ones you would like to have in the future. Sometimes we call this human capital, and that's not meant to be derogatory, but that is how we refer to that in the strategic planning process. So strategic planning is different than everyday business planning because everyday business planning is very tactical. This isn't about scheduling. This isn't about trucks breaking down or other things as far as ordering materials or job completions and walkthroughs and checking on jobs. This is planning that requires a different skill set, a different mindset on how we're going to predict the future results and how we're going to project the vision of the company and mission both internally and externally. So one of the things that I want to accomplish here is what you need to bring. And the first thing is bring an open mind. This will be a little bit different than other kinds of brainstorming or thinking you've probably done before. So just be open-minded to the process. Bring your financial data. If you're working in Peachtree or QuickBooks or Sage or whatever, bring your balance sheet, your profit and loss, your income statements for the last 2 or 3 years. It doesn't mean that we're going to go through them or scrutinize them, but we may need to refer to them at some point in the meeting. If you have that information on a laptop, certainly bring that as well. If you've already done an organization chart or you have one, even if it's outdated, please bring an org chart. Some of you have already done business planning, and it may be in different types of formats. Some of you have it in a binder, some of it is notes scratched on sticky notes and legal pads. Whatever you have in business planning, bring that along as well. If for some reason you are further along and you have a vision statement or mission statement, let's bring it, let's gut check it and see where you're at with that, if it needs to be modified, if you're living it every day, and if not, we need to develop one for your company. We're going to work on a couple things. One's called the Dan Sullivan question, and that's more about what you want personally. We're going to look at the one thing that is most important to your company. We want you to keep an open mind. Again, that is paramount. If you've done any personality profiles, whatever they are, DISC assessments, Myers-Briggs, whatever you have, even if it's from a different company, please bring that along. We're going to take some time to figure out your why. This is something that is a Simon Sinek innovation, so I would encourage you to watch the Simon Sinek video. I prefer you watch the full 18-minute video of his TED Talk on why. We'll be working on a SWOT for your company. It's kind of a traditional part of strategy. We'll also generate some action plans as well as several other things, but just gives you a little bit of insight on what is going to happen on the strategic day. So goal setting, how will you determine what goals you will set in the future? Are your goals typically a sales or profit number? Perhaps your goals are different. Perhaps your goal is financial freedom. Perhaps it's more tangible, like property or a trip or a new piece of equipment. But today we're going to expand your thinking on goal setting. And we're going to go out a minimum of 3 years. So coming prepared and doing some of this thinking ahead of time will save some time and give us some more think time. So what I want you to do as homework is write down the one thing that is most important to you in your company and then explain why you chose that one thing. What's important here is you only choose one thing. That's what makes it harder, because you're not writing down 3 things or 5 things, because we could list those pretty easily. But if you could figure out the one thing that's most important to you, then we will build sequentially upon that one thing and your future success. And then the Dan Sullivan question, and this is something that's introspective. Please allow yourself time to do this. This is, again, something that is not only important, but it will require you to spend some time on it. And you're answering this question. I'll read it verbatim. If we're having this discussion 3 years from today, and we're looking back over those 3 years, what does have to happen in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress? You want to answer that question, and you can break it down in years, but it's a backward-looking type of a question. I used to do this with writing a newspaper or magazine article. If you were to write a newspaper or magazine article that would have described what had happened in the last 3 years in your business, that is what we're striving for. But keep in mind, this is personally and professionally, and it's for you to feel happy with your progress. It doesn't mean you have achieved everything. So it's about the progress you've achieved over those last 3 years. And typically, I would encourage you not to put a dollar figure in this. This is not something that's driven by strictly dollars and cents. Lastly, we're going to look at breakout ideas, blue sky or blue ocean planning that sets broad goals and requires innovative thinking. This is what's going to be the differentiators that are going to make you bold in your marketplace. And I'll explain those in our session in some of our pre-planning, but just be prepared to have some creative thinking here on blue ocean, which is different than red ocean. Red ocean is the bloodbath of competition that's price driven and price sensitive that you compete in every day. So in closing, the purpose of pre-planning is to make the best use of your time, increase your ability for idea generation, and eliminate the mysteries of what's going to happen and what's going to take place. Now, there's no way that I'm going to be able to make a video that's going to go through everything, so I'm hoping this helps you. But be prepared for breakthroughs and thoughts that you might not have thought were possible. Anything is possible. That's what strategic planning is about. And if you look around you and you see the exciting times that we're living in and all the innovation around us and things that are happening with technology and things that have transpired, like Uber and smartphones, and not long ago fax machines were innovative and now they're almost obsolete. So just think about things that you may be innovative. Now, something that will help you is if you get a legal pad out or whatever you use, whether it's a tablet, and you start writing things down so that you bring them to our meeting. One of the things that happens is that we think of things and then we forget them. So often we may say, well, I thought of that idea, but somebody else invented it. Let's stop that. Bring all your thoughts and ideas, whether they're when you first wake up in the morning or wake up in the middle of the night or you're driving. Whenever you have those relevant thoughts, please write them down and bring them. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.